Well, today what I did is to essentially simulate the setup for this Unity 3D project. So this is kind of sandbox just to test AI, specifically LARP white paper. So basically there is a white paper which explains how you can simulate the NPC behavior far more advanced, and video was very impressive, although I did not really find any links for a demonstration of this video in this white paper specifically, and it's not any different from like Stanford. Well, at least I did not find the difference how the Stanford simulation worked. So basically you have a long memory in term like in form of vector database. You have a short-term memory like working memory, and you have some reflection where you combine these plus observations. And I actually was vibe coding using cursor primarily. And so here you can just, I don't know, you can talk to a character. So instead of like going in Unity and test it directly, what I did, I code, well, vibe code with cursor, some kind of like engine simulation where you have like this essentially instead of real Unity, you have some sort of a simplistic world in Python with LLM, and I can speak, for example, I don't know, let's speak with blacksmith. Yeah, I say ahoy, I say things and say good morning. I want to buy an axe, for example. So it's thinking, it says, would you like? I say no. Let's do cheaper. 6 gold, yeah, sure. Trade complete, you receive 1x, you. What's it? End conversation, so it will give me some kind of like explanation what happens with the world, etc. And I can just, I don't know, move to new location. Let's go to the north. And this will update my position inside the world. So if you see here in the like every object, every player have some location. Well, here it doesn't really put location, but it actually has. And I essentially like the reason for this sandbox, which is essentially Dungeons and Dragons using LLM, is to try to program this LARP agent without that much overhead with Unity itself. So, well, not entirely working, but no, it works just a little bit slow. So now you see I bought an X, but I have only 4 gold coins, and at the beginning I had 10 because well I spent 6 coins on X. So I still have like my location somewhere. Well, I don't print location. I mean, you got an idea. It's kind of like a proof of concept anyway. But the idea I try to use these best practices written in white papers as some sort of a unit controller, which in ideally if it's able to speak, etc. Based on my understanding, it can run locally. Not a powerful model, but 3 billion parameter model can easily run anywhere when, I mean, you can theoretically play 3D video game. And also I check there are some models to do voice to text. So instead of like typing, responses when you would able to speak, I think it's possible to do it with a very small model, like less than 100 million notes, and it's like it's faster than real time. I tested locally, works fine. And in our one is speech generation. Here is already problems because Kokoro is one model I'm currently looking at and doesn't have any emotions, but have a lot of voices, and it also like less than a half a billion parameters, which is like super promising. But I didn't test the whole kind of like combination together locally whether it was able to pull it by computational and memory constraints, but sounds in theory possible, and those models are rapidly improving, so it's kind of like experimentation made an assumption what this model gonna be, gonna become smarter even if you run it locally. Yeah, not much progress, but had fun to program it.